Hello there, thank God it's Friday. You already know how we do it every Friday right here on vntv. The opinion comes your way for us to have a say on intriguing issues, making waves, of course, in the world of politics and more, right here on The Opinion Show. My name is Eugene Evans.
And I am Okoma Gifty. Guys, it's still the opinion when we talk about trending issues without boundaries. Let's move on to the first story for today. In Nigeria, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, alongside with the coordinator of presidential tax on COVID-19, has come to apologize to Nigerians over the violation that happened during the funeral of the late Chief of Staff to the President, Mr. ABBA. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think we should take the apology and let them go scot-free, or they should face the penalty? Still in Nigeria, do not wash surgical face masks for reuse, Ncdc warns. Do not wash surgical face masks for reuse, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control warns. Okay guys, later in the show we'll be having a guest who happens to be one of those that got quarantined on their way back from a trip. He'll be coming to discuss his experiences he had when and where he got quarantined.
And of course, few days ago, the president of Ghana lifted the COVID-19 induced partial lockdown imposed on Greater Accra and Greater Kumasi metropolitan areas. However, the decision has been met with mixed reactions. We will take a look at some responses from Ghanaians, how they felt during the lockdown, and of course the effects on their businesses, and even if their businesses or sales are picking up now that the ban has been lifted. These are many more issues we can't wait to touch on right here on The Opinion Show. So call a friend to tell another friend, let them know that The Opinion is live. We'll be right back after this break.
Enjoy a wide variety of quality content on vntv. Only on vntv. Watch talk shows like The Opinion for political and social discussion. Sports Hub for all your sports news. Alright, want to know what's trending? Oops, we got you with social media trends.
Download vntv app from Google Play Store
And enjoy all of our awesome programs. Local and foreign movies whenever, wherever. vntv, powerhouse of entertainment.
Okay guys, welcome back from that quick break. Still on The Opinion. In Nigeria, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, alongside with Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, has come out to apologize to Nigerians over the violation that happened during the funeral of the late Chief of Staff to the President, Mr. ABBA. So guys, what do you think? Should we allow them go scot-free, or should they face a penalty? You know what I'm talking about. You know, before now, we have cases of celebrities who has violated the law and they were punished. So what do you think? Eugene, what do you think?
I think for people to even have an understanding of this particular story, for some of you guys who haven't seen the video out there, the funeral that actually led to people actually complaining about it, and eventually they coming out to apologize. Take a look at the video.
Fence house in Abuja, where family members as well as his colleagues gathered to pay their last respect. It was later laid to rest at the Gudu Cemetery. Meanwhile, the presidency has announced that there will be no condolence visit to the family of the deceased in compliance with the protocols put in place by the Ncdc.
Okay guys, you've seen it. I don't really need to tell you what is wrong with that video. There is no form of social distancing or anything in that video. People clustering and all that. Honestly, I don't understand that. You are the lawmakers. You people are the leaders. If you're the lawmakers, you go against the rules, you violate the rules, and now you're coming out to apologize to us. I don't understand. Considering the fact that celebrities have gone against this rule and you people got them punished, what do you expect us to take this apology from you? Eugene, what do you think?
I think apology is not enough. I mean, if like you mentioned about the fact that, I mean, Funke Akindele actually was actually a victim of this, and we were all against the fact that she didn't do it right and all of that. She was trolled on social media and all of that. But beyond all that, she was sent to court and then, you know, asked to actually pay a fine.
Yeah.
And then do
even
some...
Even after the apology, isn't it?
Yes, even after the apology.
So there's every possibility we can still take your apology and you face the penalty.
Exactly.
Because there's nobody above the law here.
Regardless the fact that you guys are politicians or whatsoever, you guys made the policies or whatever, the laws, and you don't break them. I expect you to do more. I expect you to do the best. Yes, we all know that at the end of the day, someone is dead and you need to give the person your last respect and all of that. But we are in a trying moment. You can't say the same.
You can't
in
compromise.
Italy where all the people that are dying and they have the mass burial and all of that. They have their family members there and all of that. We can't take some things like this for granted at all.
For those of you feeling so disappointed with this video, wait until you see this video still on the funeral issue.
They bonded that place. Even if I don't quench for the coffee safe.
See, you don't come out that thing when you
see her, see?
See this.
White something. See her. See her. Are you seeing the capture when
and all these Aboki people go pick him.
Hey, and his hand come between.
When they using
Rico Sana. For you.
very foolish something.
The boot, everything was all born, all those things. Better motor. God. That was better have born. Also, I can't and I say, don't see your record.
Okay, guys, you can see from the video, this still on this funeral issue. This man too, removing that his
is this really happening?
Yes. You see what he has just done? He has removed his distance and he has kept it on the road in the rubber. So any mad person can come and take it. And you know, mad people, they are all in connection with us everywhere.
I think we should know better as leaders. People. You know, because you know that this issue is very... I mean, PPEs, you can take it, you can actually burn it or something. You don't actually dispose of PPEs, knowing that the reason or the cause of the death is actually...
Honestly, if the rule is actually working, you see, there are people that are supposed to be set aside to wait. Like waiting for them to come out, so they will take those PPEs from them and burn them.
Or burn them.
So
yes,
why would you allow someone
absolutely.
to step out of the place to the... Oh, come on.
So I'm here to hear of the fact that this man has actually either been arrested or anything. I'm here to hear any developments on this particular story. He needs to be dealt with.
But now they are rendering an apology.
Wrong.
Now they are rendering an apology.
But no, the apology is actually on the... you mean by now they are rendering apology on this particular thing?
Yes.
I think I need to start writing apology in advance so that when I break rules, okay, I'm not in Nigeria, but this is so wrong. I feel PP is, that's what we call it, personal protective equipment. It is for you and not for... So once you are done using them, you dispose it off. That's the way to go.
That's it.
And this is nothing. You can actually take it along, but you actually took it off and then...
You've come to dump it on the road.
This is absolutely so wrong, and this man needs to be dealt with. I mean, with personally
for me, yes, the apology is accepted. But you still face the penalty. You'll be charged to court. They will quarantine everybody that went for that funeral.
Yes, they have to be.
And you pay the penalty, whatever thing is for.
One, you went against the social distancing, everything, and then even the people that actually help with the burial and all, they are also, look at what they are also out there also doing. This is so wrong on every level, and definitely this man definitely has to be dealt with. Now let's move to Ghana. Now in Ghana, a few days back, of course, the president has lifted the COVID-19 partial lockdown and they were excited, yeah. But we went out there to ask some Ghanaians how they actually felt during the lockdown, the effects of the lockdown even on their business. And now that the ban has been lifted, are their sales picking up? Let's take a look at some responses from the streets.
My name is Vesta, a correspondent of The Opinion on V Nation TV. Right now I'm live at Tudu, Accra, and I'm here to hear some of the opinions of the people concerning the 3 weeks lockdown, during the lockdown, as well as after the lockdown, how they are coping with business and life. So how was business before the lockdown, and now that the lockdown has been lifted, how is business now?
Oh, you see, before we are going to home, no? Because the people go buy food. They didn't buy dress. When I come yesterday and tomorrow, by the grace of God, I'll sell it. The business is fine.
Okay, so that means you lost money during the lockdown, right?
Yes, that one, I didn't get anything. But when I come yesterday and today, I will sell it by the grace of God.
The business is not good at all. I'm telling you the fact.
Sorry about that.
Serious, the business is not good. So please, my colleagues, Ghanaians, they have to look sharp. You see, they say the coronavirus. The beginning of this coronavirus, who knows that this thing is coming? Nobody knows. But if you come, he created everything before the time. The God know the kind of the amount of the people that will die in this coronavirus. Yes. So why we don't worry on ourselves? We had one ourselves, the things is not moving on. We talk about the coronavirus. As we meet someone for the street, we want to greet the person, saying he's afraid of you because of the coronavirus.
So that means you started yesterday, right? You opened the shop yesterday.
Yes.
And how is business so far?
Since the lockdown, things are not going well, but we pray that maybe from next week going, business will be going on. But today, things are not going well at all. The business is very, very slow. Yeah, very, very slow.
Sorry about that.
And the Panama buy important.
It's a see when your business.
Your band and the Panama and say you have been back.
I mean, for me personally, I actually feel for them because, you know, you can imagine if your work is actually, this is your kind of work. Until you go out there, you are not getting something to actually feed on. It will be very tough for people like that. There were people that were saying that what the president actually did was so, lifting the ban was a little bit premature, so to speak.
Yeah.
Premature, it wasn't cool and all of that. But I feel, first of all, before I even come to the business aspect of this whole thing, I feel the president actually knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because these same people were actually saying that the president
is
too much for them and all of that. He shouldn't extend it and all of that. If he had extended the lockdown period, we are the same people who will complain. So I feel the president knows exactly what he's doing. Let's give him. I just hope that it is not a gamble that we will regret later, though. But I'm sure they actually know exactly what they are doing. But back to this particular video, when we had a number of them complaining about the effects on their businesses, I really feel for them, and I'm just hoping that during this period that the ban has been lifted for a while, because I don't even know if it's gonna come back again. I just hope that sales will actually pick up and all of that. It is very tough for people like that, right?
Yes. Still on this issue, I think lifting up the ban, it's a very cool one for us, because before now they were complaining, and the government was supposed to supply food to some families and all that. I think that was not properly done, so people are complaining. So lifting up the ban is kind of good, but if it wouldn't jeopardize whatever thing we are trying to cope, do you understand?
Yeah, I feel yes.
If it wouldn't jeopardize the coronavirus thing, covering the coronavirus thing, because it doesn't make sense. Currently, we have the number. It has shooted. It is up. It's shooting up, actually.
And it's still interesting that there are people out there like watching the video. Someone in there still doubting the fact that the virus is still in town.
Really, the people still doubt that,
so to speak.
Really,
and that's so dumb of you. Excuse me to say, to actually still have an understanding of this, because people are still dying. Yes, in Ghana here, you might say that we just have about nine cases of death or whatsoever. However, it could get to another level. Check the number of cases now. People that have been infected, we are somewhere around 1,000 plus. It should tell you that this is serious. So on your own part, please do something on your own. Practice social distancing. If you are out there and you are selling your stuff and all of that, try to educate people on what to do and all of that, and so that we'll all be safe. Because when you are safe, I am also safe.
Okay, guys, away from Ghana and back to Nigeria. Do not wash surgical face masks. Ncdc warns. Do not wash surgical face masks. Nigerian Center for Disease Control warns people.
Right.
You see, talking about the face masks and all that, I see people wearing the surgical, like for those people that doesn't know the surgical face masks, they are the ones that looks like the hospital ones, not the fabric ones.
It's actually right there on the screen now, so you can see it for yourself.
So this is actually the surgical face mask. Like particularly this one, you don't wash it, then you use it again. Now the NCDC is telling us we shouldn't wash it. Please, when you are done using this particular one here on the screen, please dispose it immediately, because there is this tendency that it will harbor some germs and some probably particles,
some droplets or something like that. And this particular one is actually for people, frontline workers and all of that.
Yeah.
So once they are done using it, they
dispose
it off. So please don't. We know that. I mean, come on. I mean, take out some money and go get it.
No.
Once you get this virus, it's more expensive to actually treat it and all of that. So this is nothing. I mean, now people are actually using the Ankara, the prints actually to actually make the face masks and all of that.
Some people out there will be like, oh, do you know how much surgical face mask is? Why would I use it once and then dispose it? You can actually go for the African print one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That one you can actually disinfect it and wash
exactly as many times as you want. But this particular one, like they are saying, please, it's not the way to go. Let's not really practice this kind of thing.
Okay, guys, I realize that some of us have this African print face masks. Those ones you can actually wash. Just put it in the bucket, put your Dettol or any disinfectant, and add hot water. Because according to research, the disease doesn't survive under hot temperature. So boiling hot water and pouring it into your African face mask and the bucket is a way of washing that one. That one you can wash. But for the other ones, please, when you are done using it, for the
dispose it off, because you never know. There might be some droplets in there, and you end up actually infecting yourself with this particular thing.
So okay, so guys, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we introduce our guest.
Enjoy a wide variety of quality content on vntv. Only on vntv. Watch talk shows like The Opinion for political and social discussion. Sports Hub for all your sports news. I want to know what's trending? Oops, we got you with social media trends.
Download VNTV app from Google Play Store.
And enjoy all of our awesome programs, local and foreign movies whenever, wherever. VNTV, powerhouse of entertainment.
Okay, guys, welcome back from that quick break. Today, guys, like we said earlier on the show, we'll be having a guest who happens to be one of those that got quarantined on their way back from the trip. He'll be sharing and discussing with us his experiences he had when and where he got quarantined. So in the building today, we have the managing director of King Solomon's group of companies. His name is Mr. Kingsley Ogbonna. Mr. Kingsley Ogbonna, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kingsley, before we start, I want to ask you just one question.
Yeah.
Okay, why have you decided to block our shine on this show?
Oh, I'm always looking this good. If I'm looking good, so I'm always looking this way.
So you're always like this, right?
Oh yeah, since I took a course in on personal branding.
Okay, guys. Mr. Kingsley, we learned you were one of those that got quarantined on their way back from the trip. So, can you tell us where were you going to and where were you coming back from?
Okay, so I went to Abuja for a business trip, and so I was there. Although I've not finished my business there, so they announced the border closure. I have families here, my wife and other family members. So I decided, I don't know how long the lockdown or the border closure will take. Let me go home and be with my wife.
Okay.
So I've confirmed my ticket. It was announced on a Saturday evening to take effect on Sunday midnight.
Yeah. Okay.
So I immediately called the airline to book a ticket to Accra for Sunday. First flight, Peace Airline from Lagos to Accra.
Yeah.
Actually, I was supposed to fly from Abuja to Accra, but the airline closed international flight from Abuja. So I had to fly to Lagos and then Lagos to Accra. Wow. I knew that there would be that will be quarantined.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that it would take 15 days. Because I actually have traveled during when the outbreak, when it's not serious yet in Africa. Right. Okay. So when I get to the airport, they use the thermometer to check our temperature, and we fill the forms, and then we are led through. So okay. This time I thought it would be similar thing. Yeah. So when they say they will be kept to test, so I thought maybe just keep us, test us. When we tested negative, then you can all go. So I said, okay, fine. I don't have a problem. Let me go home to my family.
Your wife, yeah.
So when I got there, they say my wife was already at the airport waiting
for you. Yeah.
So they say, oh, they will keep us for a day. Okay, they didn't even say a day. They say they will test us before we go. Okay. So I told my wife, okay, wait around, hang around for a while. Let's see what is going on. So I see that they were very serious. So I now come up, go home. I will call you when
everything is
settled. So they brought a vehicle, the military buses. Then we went back inside the airport to join the bus. So someone came on the bus and addressed us that they will be keeping us some place to check us, that food and everything will be provided. That once they test us, that we will go maybe a day or two.
Okay, a day or two. Okay.
I think so. That's where the confusion comes. People were really complaining about.
Yes.
So they didn't really communicate
in the airport. They didn't tell us that we are staying for 15 days at the. If they told me we are staying 15 days at the airport, I would tell them, let me confirm a ticket and return to
Nigeria. Oh, wow.
So because they say maybe a day or two, I say, oh, a day or two. Actually, I felt grateful because the airport is actually where all these cases, people who has traveled, all those. The place that the virus is getting serious. Right. So when you go to the airport, you stand a risk of contacting the virus.
Right.
So I was feeling grateful that I would be tested so that I won't take this thing back to my family at home. So, but when they said a doctor, I said, okay, fine. Then we bought the bus, the military bus. They took us to East Legon, Umbrick Hotel. We are more than 100 in the airplane because there was a rush when they announced the border closure. Even Nigeria also announced they were closing on that same Monday. So everybody was like, a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of Nigerians. There was actually a lot of movement on that day, on that Sunday.
Right.
So the flight was full. We were filled. Every seat was occupied.
Wow.
So it was a full loaded flight. We are more than 100. We were taken with 3 big buses to Umbrick Hotel. So on getting there, we were for a while. We got checked in.
Please, if I may ask, you left from Nigeria to
Yes.
Ghana. So before you boarded the flight, were you tested before you got
No,
into the
it was
flight?
just the temperature check.
That they checked,
the temperature, gave us hand sanitizer to. Although me, even I have my own hand sanitizer, I had my own mask. Anything I touch, I have to, because
Sanitize.
I was being so cautious of my environment and what I touch and what I do.
Right.
Okay.
So when we boarded, when we get here, got to the hotel, checked in, then they tell us, oh, anything we need, we should call the reception.
Wow.
So I called the reception because it was early morning. We got here around 7:20 a.m. in the morning. I was hungry.
Wow.
So I called, because there was rush, when the hotel, they were overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They were not having any guests.
Wow.
Automatically now 100 and something guests.
Right.
And all of them are hungry. In the morning, we haven't. So everybody was making requests.
There was a
so
rush.
I didn't get the food for maybe around 4. I called and called and called and called. Finally,
The food came.
the food came. It wasn't even what I ordered at the first day, because what I ordered, maybe they mistakenly gave it to another person. And this is what is available now. That if I want this, I can get it right. And I said, please, because I was hungry. I said, but it was.
All right, so talking about the food, were you guys treated right? Because some people had complaints about the fact that they place it at the doorstep and then they knock for you guys to come for your food. Was that the same case in your situation?
No. Actually, these people, they were actually nice. They will knock, we open the door, they will hand the food to you on a plastic bag. So what they do, normally in a hotel, when you order a food, they will serve it on the tray. They will dish it.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing but this time they just package it like you are taking it home or something.
Right.
So it's actually, they will save washing the plate, and also when someone that have, maybe they are assuming that way.
Yes.
Until tested negative, it's assuming that you
guys
have
are
virus.
positive, yeah.
So if they bring their plate and we are eventually positive, the risk is higher. So they package the food. So whatever left to just dispose, and nobody will get contaminated with it. So I think they did a very good job, because they didn't know what they were dealing with until the results came
out
back.
So at what point did they actually communicate to you guys that you guys are going to spend more than a day or two?
Okay, so after on the Sunday night, they came. You see people with the PPE. So when I saw them, the first thought that came to mind is, this is serious. And then also, and the next thing is space traveling. I say, they treated like as if
very scary, and you're like, what's going on?
I knew that this is
serious.
This
is real.
It's no more a joke. When they walk in with PPEs all kitted, I say,
what is the problem?
So they brought the test kit, they open it, they swab, they take it down my throat, and then take the sample. And then they take, after, I think it was Sunday evening, then on Tuesday, so I keep asking, we have each of the places, I think, because our place, we have someone who is in charge. He always come in the morning, knock on our doors to check how we are doing. So people also come 2 times in a day to check our temperatures. If you want vitamins, they will give you vitamin C and any other.
I think you were very fortunate.
But I think, and again, you said something when they tested you, they had to whatever.
Yeah, they will. they swab down your throat because they
from where?
From your mouth or nose. But the people who came to take my sample, they take from my throat, from the mouth. Some would stick in from your nose, but they stick my mouth to get the sample from the throat.
Yeah.
So actually that time I was, I was feeling like
throwing up or something.
Not throwing up. I mean, before they took the sample, I was feeling like maybe there's something here. So I was thinking, maybe when they tested it to come out positive. I haven't been that scared before. It was the first time a sample was taken from me for a test that I was actually very worried.
Right.
I was scared.
Wow.
So we waited. Monday gone, Tuesday. So the guy came and asked, what is going on? We are told we will stay like 2 days. And this is the second day. So don't worry, when your result came back, they will talk to us. So I think on Wednesday, we got a letter from Ministry of Health attesting that anyway, they didn't tell us at the time generally. They just the results say I tested negative. So I said, okay, fine. Now that it's negative, are we going home now? So that is when I started asking the question. So I think on Thursday.
From Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow.
They came to us again and said we should convene at the conference room. So I was like, oh, thank God, we are finally going home. So we all maintaining social distancing. They arranged separated us based on the floor we are in.
Yeah.
So they said they've brought some professionals from mental, the psychologists to know that we are mentally.
But that's very good, because we even brought a psychologist some time ago to ask about how this mental health actually affects you guys.
Yes, I mean, you are inside. It's not, the lockdown that was implemented in the city.
Yeah.
It's you can actually, you have people in your house.
Yes,
you can step out. You can even step out. You can go and jog, but we can't pass the door.
Wow, that's like a house arrest in a way.
It's like you just that room, that hotel room you are inside. You just be there for 15 days.
You won't come out.
It wasn't a joke, but I mean, thank God for social media.
Yeah. Okay,
thank God for technology.
Because you guys had
because if there is no phone, I would have.
You would die.
I would have.
Before your
loneliness,
even come.
Loneliness.
You see, when you tell people you are in quarantine, you see a lot of people. Every now and then, hello, how are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? I mean, people were actually waiting in line for me to respond.
Yeah.
So I was like busy. Before I know it, the day
has
gone.
actually ended.
Yeah.
People, my wife would call, video call. My other family members, they would call me on video. We'll talk 3 hours, 2 hours. And the day is just 24 hours.
Yeah.
When you spend like 6 hours on the phone, and sleeping don't even come because you are on bed all the whole day. So when they took us for the briefing, they now tell us that everybody on our flight tested negative.
Oh wow!
On the flight, nobody was positive, so it was a relief.
Yeah.
But so when they add I know that they changed the matter for us.
Oh my God!
But that we have to stay the 14 days mandatory quarantine.
How was what's the reaction from the people?
Everybody, I mean,
they were calm?
Some people were complaining, but me personally, I say, I mean, what can you do? There's nothing you can, no matter how much you complain, it's something that they want to implement.
And
you
again,
can't do anything about it. And you're not the only one. There are people who are even bigger than you.
And again, coupled with the fact that people are being treated very well.
Yes. So, and after the 1 week, they announced the city lockdown. I said,
the same thing.
We are all in the
same thing together. Yeah.
So even if you go home, so at the time, I made peace with myself that this is my fate for the next 15 days, 14 days. So, but what I was just asking, when can we go home? If they will change their mind, I know that we have to stay. But I still have to. Every day I saw the guy when He will actually come every morning.
Okay.
Or maybe in the afternoon. He will knock at our doors and he tell, oh, how are you guys doing? Is there any problem, any complaint? How are you feeling? So the guy was actually, I don't know about other places if they treat them that
because we had a lot of people
complaining that the place and
services
the whole
in the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, but you see, no matter how good you try to make something, people there are still people, even in our place, even in our hotel, some people, the guy close to my room, he's always making demand. I say, for me, this is not my house, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect to get the same comfortability
I get when I'm in the house.
getting when I'm in the house. Or if I order food, if there was a little mistake, I don't even come. I will just take the food. Whatever I get, I will eat. Because, I mean, when you even, because me, I'm a businessman.
Right.
When you see something, anything I see, I will value money, I will monitor, I will say, how much will this cost?
Yes. Because we have people from other countries actually appreciating what
That's being grateful. That's being grateful. Yeah.
As a businessman, anything I see, I will try to check the value.
Analyze it. Yeah.
What if this is money? What will it be?
What will it cost?
So when I look at it, I say, this is money.
Right.
Where is this money coming from? It's coming from the state pocket. So if I order something and
it doesn't come out the way you want.
Mistakenly, maybe. I mean, they are human beings, and there are a lot of pressure. So I know that for the first 3 days, sometimes they will mix your meal. You will have to call and call and call and call. So they keep changing to get the suitable means of making sure that everything
is okay.
So initially, in the morning, they will print the menu for you. You choose what you want from them. You call and tell them what you want from the menu. I think they do that for 3 days. They print for lunch and dinner. So the third day, so when people start complaining that they didn't get their food or they got their food late, so they now come up with another mechanism where they will call you to ask you what you want. So you tell them what you want, they bring it for you. So they started with that. So I don't bother again. Because me, if I'm not hungry, I don't feel like calling. So maybe when I will call, it's already late.
Right.
So, but some people are calling anyway. So when they started calling, for me, it's a relief because whether I want or not, once they come, I will give them what I want.
So another issue that some of you guys actually raised was the fact that, on a normal day when you get to a hotel, some of the room service will come to your room and clean your room and all that.
Yeah.
But they didn't get that at all.
No, who said that? Well, it depends on where because my place, sometimes I even ask them, don't bother.
Oh, wow.
They were coming twice. They were coming every 2 days.
So do the cleaning?
They will clean, change the bed sheets, change the towel, change everything. Refill they have tea making facility.
Wow.
They will refill.
So wasn't that bad?
It was actually, you see, when if not for the fact that I have to go, I would have said, no problem. Let's continue.
So in a way, you had a very cool and nice experience when you were over there.
Yeah.
But you guys were tested for the second time.
Yes. When they brought the letter, they gave us letter 3 times.
Wow.
3 different occasions. Although the first 2 was a duplicate. It was not specified.
Yeah.
But the last one was everybody, your name is there and your information addressing to you direct. But the other first 2 letters was to everybody. So they told us in the second letter that we will be tested again after the
What was running through your mind? I mean, you were done with first test and then they had test again.
I was like, oh, this one is now, they are now wasting resource.
Okay.
But anyway, they have their own reasons. But for me, I was like, oh, we should go home. We are, especially when nobody tested positive on board our flight. It means that we were not exposed to the virus.
The virus, yeah.
They can use that resource for, with me, I can take care of myself. They can use it for something else, not keeping me here and feeding me for free.
Well, fortunately, your results came out. And
yes,
and then you left. Yes. Let's talk about the stigma. I mean, you were down there and then you left to the house. Was there some stigmatization out there? People saying that, oh, you've been quarantined, so I will not get closer to you. Did you have such experience?
Okay, for me, I mean, my family members, they were all cool. They understand, the stigmatization mostly come from people who are not much educated or don't really understand how life works. I mean, for the fact that I was quarantined does not mean that I have the virus. Even if I have the virus, it's not like it's not an STD that I've done something to go and contract the virus. He has this one is something you can be here and you got it.
Exactly.
So I don't see any reason you should stigmatize, even if I have tested positive before and then come out and then they test me again and it's negative. If I come out, the community should accept me back. So I had only experience when I was coming, the day my wife came to pick me at the hotel and we were coming back. So when we get to the checkpoint, they ask you from where to where. So I say, I'm coming from the quarantine. So they were like, so I knew some of them, they were just joking anyway because they are the frontline guys. Yeah. So I know they were just joking anyway. Right. It was only one who really say, oh, are you sure you are coming? Who really come close and to address, be sure that but others when I tell I'm coming from, they'll just say, oh.
Right. You can go.
So but at home, and moreover, I came during the lockdown period. So I didn't go out to see if somebody would say, oh, you are coming from Kwara. But my family, they all knew what has happened and then they were all cool. Nobody say, oh. I'm even telling people, I'm even sure that you should be the one I should be scared of.
Because you
have been tested and I'm negative.
Yes.
So do I know if you are negative or positive?
Okay. In conclusion, the whole experience was cool and you are comfortable with it. So, what advice you have for our viewers?
There are people that still doubt the fact that
there is coronavirus at the first place.
In the first place,
I would just say, you see, if you haven't seen, most of our people they say seeing is believing.
Right.
Yeah.
But me, I've seen. I mean, I don't think that someone will go and wear PPEs to come and take my sample if there is nothing going on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's real. And you see people dying.
Yeah.
If you watch, how can people just start get up and start dying if nothing is going on?
Okay.
That's true.
You see people dying, that your family member is not dead yet, or someone you are very close to, does not mean people are not dying.
Okay.
The report we are getting all over the world, people are dying every day. Yesterday, more than 6,000 or 5,000 people died yesterday of this coronavirus.
Yeah.
So it's real. You guys, I mean, you don't have to wait until it happened to you before you know it's real. It's out there, so you just have to make sure you follow all the guidelines, the social distancing guideline. Wash your hands regular. Yeah. Use the hand sanitizer when you don't have running water to wash your hands.
Right.
Use face mask. If my one is there, once I'm not using it because I'm on the TV. I don't want to look
scary or something.
So it's there. Once I leave, before I get to the street, I will wear it because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to die. I advise everybody. We should all, even as the lockdown have been lifted in Accra, doesn't mean that the virus is no more out there. It is still there. It's just that we all have to be responsible to make sure we protect ourselves and our family.
Yes.
Because if you are out here now and go and contact the virus, my mother is at home. She's old. I don't know if she get the virus, if she can survive it.
That's true.
So if we are not healthy, you are in a higher risk of the virus affecting you. So please, we should all be responsible. If you don't have to go, don't go.
Yeah.
At this time, at least for now, I'm sure by the grace of God, we'll all get through this. And I'm also very happy that here in Africa, God has been showing us his mercy
and grace.
The way it was projected is not going that way. And we now have, even as God is working for us, we also have to
do our part.
So that this thing will not pass the way it is now. By the grace of God, before June or July, we will all get our lives back normal.
That's great.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Mr. Kingsley, for
Thank
being
you,
with
thank
us. Thank you for being educative to us on this show. Okay, guys, we've come to the conclusion of today's episode on the opinion with VNTV. My name is Okoma Gifty. You can follow me personally on my Instagram handle at gifty_ada. For those of us liking my makeup, you can follow my makeup artist on her Instagram handle at vicky.berms.nikki, and my stylist, you can follow him on his Instagram handle at Kofi Berms. Today has been very wonderful and interactive. Without the help of my beautiful and handsome looking young man by the name,
of course, Eugene Evans, I wish that compliment will actually be converted into mobile money, but I don't mind. But a very big thank you going out to you guys for making time to watch this show. A very big thank you going out to our production team for making this show a success. Now, you already know, same time next week, we'll be here to bring you nothing short of great content right here on VNTV. See you next time.